The air caught like a pair of fists in her lungs, then slowly seeped out between her teeth. Assistant County Attorney Ellen North waited for the moment to pass. She sat on a high stool beside the bed, a legal pad and small cassette recorder on the bedside tray to her right. She had met Megan O'Malley only days before. Her impression of the field agent for the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension had consisted of a handful of adjectives: tough, gutsy, capable, determined, a small woman with fierce green eyes and a big chip on her shoulder. The first woman to break the male ranks of BCA field agents. Her first day on the job in the Deer Lake Regional Office had been day one of the Kirkwood kidnapping, 12 days ago. 12 days that had taken the previously innocent, quiet, rural college town into the depths of a nightmare. In her efforts to crack the case, the chip had been effectively knocked off Megan's shoulder and smashed, and Megan along with it. She had come too close to unraveling the puzzle. Beneath the covers, her damaged right knee was elevated. Her right hand was encased in a cast. According to her doctor, the hand was badly smashed, and he despaired of the poor darling little bones recovering, even with the meticulous attention of a specialist. Megan's transfer from Deer Lake Community Hospital to the Hennepin County Medical Center in Minneapolis was scheduled for Tuesday, weather permitting. She would have been transported the night of her ordeal, but Minnesota had been clutched in the grip of a January storm. 2 days later, Deer Lake was just beginning to dig out from under 10 inches of new snow.
"He said it was a game,"
Megan started again.
"Taking Josh. Taking me. Fooling everyone. We fooled you all along," he said. "We, always we."
Did you at any time hear another person in the room?
No.
She tried to swallow and her face tightened against a new wave of pain. 8-year-old Josh Kirkwood had disappeared from outside the Gordy Knutson Memorial Ice Arena after hockey practice on an otherwise normal Wednesday night. No useful physical evidence left behind. The only witness a woman casually glancing out her window half a block away and seeing nothing to cause alarm. A little boy being picked up from hockey practice. No sign of fear or force. The only trace of him left behind had been his duffel bag with a note tucked inside. A child has vanished. Ignorance is not innocence, but sin. A game. And she had been used as a pawn. The idea brought Megan a rush of useless emotions: anger, outrage, a hated sense of vulnerability. The only satisfaction was in the fact that they had spoiled his little coup de grace, and now Garrett Wright was sitting in a cell in the Deer Lake City Jail. Garrett Wright, professor of psychology at Harris College, the man the media had pulled in as an expert witness to attempt to explain the twisted workings of the mind that had perpetrated this crime. The Kirkwoods' neighbor, a respected member of the community, a volunteer counselor of juvenile offenders, a man above reproach. But though Wright had been apprehended, there was still no sign or word of Josh. "You were blindfolded?"
"Yes."
"You didn't actually see Garrett Wright?"
"I saw his feet. He has this habit of rocking back on his heels. I noticed it the first time I met him. He was doing it that night. I could see his boots when he stood close enough."
"That's not exactly a fingerprint," Ellen said. Megan scowled at the assistant county attorney, her temper cutting through the haze of drugs and pain. Goddamn lawyers. Garrett Wright had drugged her, terrorized her, abused her, humiliated her. He may well have ended the career that was everything to her. A decade in law enforcement, a degree in criminology, a certificate from the FBI Academy. She was a damn good cop. Yet Ellen North could sit here, every blonde hair in place, and calmly question her as if she were just another civilian as blind as Lady Justice herself. It was him, the son of a bitch. He knew where I was going. He knew I was that close to finding him out. He caught me, beat the shit out of me, wrapped me in a sheet of evidence proving he stole Josh. "We don't know yet what the bedsheet will prove," Ellen interjected. "We don't know whose blood is on it. The lab has a rush on it, but DNA..."